The past week has been definitely an experience that I've never had before. It's been scary. There have been moments of beauty. There have been moments of anger. There have been moments of confusion. I would say the most wild experience is just intense fear. There were a few nights where I went to bed experiencing significant, what's called PVCs, premature ventricular contractions, amidst elevated troponin, which is something they test in your blood to see how your heart is doing. Elevated troponin can point to a heart attack. So there were a few nights where I was going to bed and feeling a little bit uncertain that I would be waking up in the morning. And that was a really scary thing to experience. We are still not exactly sure what is happening with my heart, which is a confusing thing for an EDS patient who has an increased risk of vascular fragility, while also just having at times this really intense inner peace that everything is going to be okay and that I'm feeling very hopeful that I am going to survive all of this. We know that all of these heart complications did get a lot worse after a PICC line was placed. A PICC line is a central line that runs into my arm all the way through to my heart that I can use to get daily IV fluids, which are helping me function amidst really severe dysautonomia that makes it really hard for me to regulate my own heart rate and blood pressure and just causes a lot of really gross symptoms. The last doctor who consulted on this whole situation believes that the PICC line is really important for me to have, and he does not believe that it is just contributing to my symptoms. He thinks that something else is going on. We know that as of yesterday, my troponin has come back down and is at a reasonable level now. I am waiting on an urgent outpatient Holter monitor for us to be able to track exactly how often throughout the day these premature ventricular contractions are happening. I have started a beta blocker to try and help regulate all of these things amidst the heart challenges that are happening. But there is not a lot that's understood on what this all means in an EDS patient who has brainstem compression, whose jugular vein is being compressed, and likely has vascular compressions in other parts of her body. So I am just working desperately to try and get in contact with the researchers and doctors around the world who work with complex cases like mine, as we try and figure out what the best next steps are to ensure that my heart is as stable as possible for this surgery that I am going for in October. I have now consulted with another neurosurgeon to confirm that she thinks that it's wise for us to be doing both the fusion surgery to screw my skull to my cervical spine and the detethering to cut my spinal cord away from the spinal column in the same surgery, because this is a very massive surgery to do all at once. She thinks it is. So at this point, that's still the plan for us to do both at once, but we'll do some final testing in Spain. I fly to Spain September 19th to do final testing, more imaging, and make a surgical plan. I'm scheduled for surgery October 3rd. So we're still working to raise funds for all of the costs associated with this, because this is not something that Manitoba Health is covering. But it's really heavy right now, and I continue to be so grateful for people who are reaching out who I haven't talked to in years, and who are just seeing my story and being empathetic towards it, and just finding ways to support when Sasha and I just truly can't figure out what exactly it is we need right now, amidst being so afraid. And just trying to keep ourselves as calm and regulated as possible, knowing that that's exactly what my nervous system needs right now.